Hello everyone, it's that time again, time for another. This is Commentary with Ozzy Rose. Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Ozzy Rose. I hope everyone's having a great day on this great sunny, right temperature, the wind not too strong day. And it was a great day to finally get to go back strutting here in Jonesboro for my first day back. But anyways, the topic for this commentary segment is feels so good. That's right, feels so good. It feels so good to finally go back out strutting, like I said. As most of you know, I had a 4 or 5 day hiatus from strutting because of the winds. Though it was windy today, but it was the type of winds that I could do it in, and it just doesn't wear me out. So it felt so good to finally go back to doing what I truly love doing the most out of everything that I do in my day and my night. I've said many times my equal to that is when I text everybody back after 10 p.m. my commenters and followers and fans and stuff like that. That's the equal to it. But everything that I do always makes me feel so good because I truly love doing everything that I do in my day and my night. And that's true. Do I make any money at it? No, don't make anything. And I don't. But it makes me feel so good. It does. I mean, I am living my best life, my happiest life now. Where before in life, I've owned a home, owned vehicles, had money in the bank, money in savings, and I wasn't happy. But what I do every day makes me feel so good. Even if I can't go strutting and I still do everything else that y'all know me to do, Jonesboro, it makes me feel so good. It does, because I know I'm living my happiest, best life now at 58. And I truly am. I would tell anyone out there this: if you're not happy in your life, at some point you have to do what makes you happy in your life before you leave this world, or you're going to have a big time regret. You know, as long as it doesn't hurt you or someone else, I would tell you, you have to do what makes you happy. I've had some tell me, well, right now I can't, Ozzy, I can't do what makes me happy. And I tell them, well, if you can't, then when you get the chance, you need to do what makes you feel happy, what makes you happy. And that's true. You don't want to leave this world not being happy in it, and that's true. It took me a very long time to know what would make me happy. Of course, the Lord gave me a couple of visions. The first vision was, as y'all know, to get in shape. Then the second thing was strutting. Then everything else kind of started coming along after that. The live show, the 2 posts a day, written posts a day, a commentary segment, a confessions video. All them started coming in after I got in shape, the strutting vision, and what have you. And everything that I do truly does make me feel so good, and it makes me a very happy man. You know, I can say this: if someone come and said, look, I'll give you $2 million to stop doing everything that you're doing, and I would tell them, well, you don't have enough money, because that would not make me happy. What makes me happy is doing everything that I do. I've been asked many times too, what would you do, Ozzy, if you was wealthy? I would still do everything that I'm doing. I would buy a good used camper trailer, a good used pickup. I'm not going to live anywhere other than Jonesboro, and I would donate the rest of the money to various charities, except for building 2 homeless shelters here. I would keep $10,000, put that in the bank to live on the rest of my life, and that would be it. I would still do everything else that I'm doing, because everything that I do truly makes me feel so good, truly makes me happy. I tell you what all the money in the world could buy me. It could buy my death. That's what it could buy. And that's truly what it would buy. If I didn't get to do everything that I'm doing, I would not be happy. And I can tell you right now, I would probably go back to drinking, and I'd probably go back to drugging. And that's what I mean by buy my death. So if a millionaire come and said, I'd give you $100 million, to quit everything you're doing, I'd say, why? You want to buy my death? No. And that's the honest truth. Money does not pay for everything, and it truly does not. Can it make you eat good and pay your bills with ease? Of course. But I'll tell you something about billionaires and millionaires. They suffer like we all do. when they lose someone dearly to them that they love, that money could not keep them alive, they suffer like we all do. When they lose a family member or a friend or something like that, money cannot cover everything. It can cover a lot, don't get me wrong. It can cover a lot, but it cannot cover everything. And that's true. And no matter what your amount of money is, for rich, middle class, or poor, it can't buy your way into heaven either. So unless you're right with the Almighty up there, I don't care what your financial status is, you're not going to be going up there. And that's the truth too. And that's true. When I say if someone had all the money in the world and said that they, would give it all to me to quit everything that I'm doing, I'd say, why? You want to buy my death? And that's truly what it would buy, because I'm not going to quit doing everything that I'm doing, because if I quit everything that I'm doing, I can tell you right now that I would get in such a depressed state that I would go back to drinking and drugging, and it would. And I'll tell you what a therapist will tell you when it comes to addiction, that you have to have mental problems to be an addict to alcohol or drugs. And that's the truth. And I suffered mentally for 50 years and finally got into addiction at a late age of 52. But I still got into addiction. Now I only had it for 4 years. Doesn't mean nothing. Addiction's addiction, no matter if you have it for short term or long term. But I had enough of that insanity, and I was not happy, and it didn't take care of the depression. So it's like this. Y'all know I don't suffer today, but I could suffer in the future, and I could. I have nothing bother me mentally, emotionally, and physically. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, I'm fit in all them departments. But being said, because I'm trying not to get off topic here, being said, something could affect me in the future. And I guarantee you, if it does affect me mentally, I'm going to do something about it, because only I can do something about my problems. Nobody else can. But sometimes I get a little sad, as y'all know. Sometimes I get a little angry, but I throw it up to him. I release it right then, and I keep moving forward. And that's what it's all about. And I know this much. If I'm a little sad or a little mad, once I hit these streets and start rocking and rolling, it's happy mode. So I think we all know what makes us feel so good and what makes us happy. I think each individual person does. And a lot of people are happy. A lot of people would tell you, like I am, they're living their best life, and they're very happy in their lives. There's a lot of people that are, but there's some, for whatever their reasons are, that cannot live their happy life right now. But I pray that you do, more sooner than later, because we all strive to be happy in our lives. And it is true, we only have one life to live. We might as well be happy in it. And whatever makes us feel so good, what makes us happy, as long as it ain't something that will harm you, like I said, or harm someone else, then you got to do it, at some point in your life, So, being said, and drinking and drugs don't make you happy. You think they do, but they don't. I thought they was me, but I knew that it wasn't, because it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do to take care of the depression. I just got worse in the depression, that's all. So I can say right now I've kicked depression's ass, but that's not to say in the future that it cannot come back. And it can. But if it does, I'm going to do something about it. So in these commentary segments, as y'all know, I only mainly give you examples of me. But if you're not happy, I hope that you watching this video right now, knowing how I am, I hope I'm an example of what happiness can truly be. And I hope you have it in your life. And I hope you do what makes you feel so good. But anyways, that's going to be about a wrap for this commentary segment. And the topic was feel so good. And I tell you what, when I get feedback from my followers, when it's positivity, it makes me feel so good. But anyways, I hope you have had a great day today. I hope you have a great night tonight. God bless you all. And I hope you do truly what makes you feel so good. So long, everybody.